The views and opinions expressed on this program do not reflect the company, owners, management, staff, clients, or partners.
It's Tuesday, the 15th day of June. Welcome to the Daily Hour, brought to you by Medical House One Communications and Lindos. I'm Jamal Hartman, along with Michaela N. And, Kales, you know what?
What? First off, good morning. Good morning.
Good morning. But, Kales, guess what? And no one's brought it to my attention. Not even you. I'm throwing you under the bus as well.
Oh, gosh.
Every morning I say, Jamal Hartman, Michaela N. As if Leanna's don't exist, and nobody's called me out about it. Said, well, what about Leanna?
Oh gosh.
So folks,
First you didn't get a mug. Now you're not calling out. Lord, Lee, I love you.
Something tells me I'm not on her Christmas list yet. Something tells me. But folks, let me start over. And today, let's start over. I'm Jamal Hartman, along with Michaela N. and Leanna Lambert.
Yes.
That's better. How you doing today, Kales? How you doing?
I'm good. It's pretty humid and sticky in Bermuda, but I'm good.
I love to hear it. And good morning.
How are you?
Honestly, I'm okay. I can't complain. My workout was okay this morning. The mosquitoes are out early these days getting me, but I finished my jog.
I didn't get my workout done. I did my meditation. I did my affirmations, my gratitudes, but I did not get the workout done.
See, I'm gotta get on your level. I need to get to the meditation part, and again, the importance of meditation for our mental well-being is
it's essential. So my meditation, my gratitudes, and then my coffee, my saving grace in the morning.
Good morning to everyone. Thanks for making us part of your daily routine. Another good one today as we welcome Dr. Gina Tucker on to discuss her new venture. And and I'm just going to put Kales on the spot. If you follow Michaela, the Michaela N, right, folks? Kales is a business coach. It's some phenomenal stuff, right? Dr. Gina Tucker is pretty much entering the same space. So I think Kales is going to enjoy I'm probably going to be sitting back and just enjoying watching these two ladies speak about this vibe. Because it's really right, Kales?
No, I love it. I love that Bermudians are finally discovering the online coaching world because you can reach people from all around the world, and it can be very lucrative if you do it right. So, I'm really excited to chat with her about it.
And don't forget, folks, stick around for the Daily Play brought to you by Heineken Zero. You don't want to miss this. It's another one. If you haven't realized yet, I try to patent them to suit Michaela. So this one right here, folks, it's a goodie. It's a goodie. It's a goodie. So you don't want to miss this. One day I'm going to actually Lee to stick around to participate as well if she can, and it should be some fun. But look, we have a lot to discuss today. Obviously, Leanna's got your news break coming up in about 15 minutes, and she's going to be covering a lot as well. But I don't even know where to start, but let's start with the whole, right now it's still carrying over. The DESFET has responded. That's how you pronounce it, right? DESFET?
DESFET, yes.
All right. DESFET, which is the, basically, according to the Royal Gazette, wrapped up organizers, right, of the incident down in Castle Harbor last week. So
right. So I wouldn't call them the wrapped up organizers. I think they were the on-island event planner for the entire Revolve week.
And let me clarify, I did say according to the Royal Gazette, so don't quote me on that. But Kales is the cleanup right there. So so they claim authorities were aware of the event. And so let me just read this to give people background. So if you don't know, last week there was I guess a celebration. What would you call it, Chaos?
I would call it a large social media campaign happening in Bermuda that
Okay.
consisted of parties.
Okay, on boats in the water, right? And there was an appearance by reggae singer Shaggy. So here's what the Royal Gazette says: the organizers of a controversial raft up that involved U.S. high fashion firm Revolve and guest influencers today claimed the government and tourism authorities were aware of the event. A statement from Victoria Greening, a lawyer, issued on behalf of Dusfet, said the raft up was not for recreational purposes, but rather a staged commercial event under the, what's that word, auspices?
Yes.
Permission and knowledge of the Bermuda Tourism Authority and other relevant government departments with the view to promoting and marketing Bermuda. Dasfat insisted all COVID-19 protocols requirements were met. Now, let's just go back, right?
Mm-hmm.
The BTA insisted the applications did not include permission for a raft up. Minister Renee Ming, National Security, said a police investigation into the event was underway. And David Brett, the premier, tweeted on June 9th that the images of what appeared to be an illegal event, which included a live performance by reggae star Shaggy, breached pandemic restrictions. So this is all according to the Royal Gazette.
Right.
First off, question to the audience is, it literally seems like this is playing out as a he say, she said, like he said, she said thing. Who do you believe? Why do you believe which party? And is this not just a mess that Bermuda doesn't need?
Yeah. Yeah. The thing about it is, so from the videos and the photos that I saw the Zara, and then I saw a boat next to it that Shaggy was on. So that doesn't constitute what we associate a raft up to be.
Correct.
So we know that they were given permission for a yacht party, which we talked about last week. We also talked about how either you or I or anyone watching could rent the Zara at capacity and have their own yacht party and do the same thing. I also don't believe that Solange of Dusfet would intentionally and knowingly have an event that breaches the COVID-19 protocols. I just don't believe that. Well, like, what organizer would do that knowing that they could get a massive fine?
So I want to play good cop for, probably the first time in my life.
Okay.
I'm wondering, because based on what I get from it, honestly, I could care less about protecting the government or a private company. But if I want to take a real clear view and say, you know what, maybe, just maybe, this is a misunderstanding. Here's what I mean, because I agree with Michaela, folks, with what she just said. You know, was it a raft up? Because it was a lot of boats in a space, and it could have been that other boat tied just for a quick minute to, for marketing purposes. That's one. But two, could this not just be a breakdown in communication? Meaning, that it wasn't, in fact, a raft up. So the government or the BTA didn't give permission for a raft up. They gave permission to hold the event, right?
Yes.
And the way it's been portrayed in the media, people have ran with it and said it's a raft up. So now Dusfet has come out to say, no, the government was well aware of what was happening, which, again, they were aware because they said that, no, we just didn't agree to a raft up. And if it was a raft up, according to the premier, based on the Royal Gazette, they broke protocol. So for me, it looks like, if anything, it was just a breakdown in communication of actually what it was. Now, I'm not going to tell anyone that their eyes are lying to them, right? I'm not going to tell you that. But for me, looking at it, and this is not to protect anybody, it really looks like a breakdown in communication as to what it was versus what it looked like.
And that's why, like, we discussed this last week. I was very surprised by the premier's tweet that was put out. Because I just feel like, let's get the facts and then let's put something out. Let's not react and put something out and fan the flames. And then the Minister of National Security again has come out in another situation talking about how she's disappointed and et cetera, et cetera. And it's just like, your department or ministry is in charge of this. You should know the ins and outs of what Revolve is coming here to do, because your ministry had to extend the permits and the exemptions to them. So for me, it's a little bit frustrating, because it's like, you should know every single detail of what their exemptions were, what they were granted, what they were allowed, what they weren't. And like we talked about last week again, and Leanna came on, she was like, I was there. It wasn't a wrap job, you know what I mean? So again, I just honestly think, and I know Solange from DustFat, I don't feel like she's going to be the type of business owner who's going to intentionally be like, oh, government protocols, whatever, I'm not following that, I'm doing what I want to do. I just don't see it, honestly. So I get you on the breakdown in communication. I really feel like there's some misunderstanding, and unfortunately it's played out in the media instead of behind closed doors where it should have played out.
Indeed. Carla John says it's definitely a mess Bermuda doesn't need if we want to be seen as open for business.
Yes.
Dr. Kendra Lee Pierman says the optics don't look good for Bermuda. We need to be equitable for all, Bermudian and guests. Sean Smith says either way, it's a black eye on Bermuda having this playing out the way it is. And I want to go through a couple more comments before we come back to that. But keep one in mind. Elizabeth Arrow says, of course, the government knew what was going on. At this point, it just illustrates the foolery the government is about based on the premier's tweet alone. Let's blame the media again, though. And Michelle White, no one has cleared the air, which allows everyone to speculate. Come clean and clarify so that the matter can be closed, move forward one way or the other, government and Rosewood alike. So I want to go back to Sean Smith's comment. Sean Smith, either way, it's a black eye in Bermuda having this play out the way it is. Now, folks, I think, again, some things are bigger than the issues that we have internally. What do I mean by this? Having worked in tourism, you don't want to become your own worst enemy. I will repeat it. Having worked in tourism, you don't want to become your own worst enemy. You don't. And so we can make noise about it. We can basically challenge the government, because it's going to get to the question of the day, right? We spoke about this last week, Michaela, when I said that I think the optics, when you look at what happened with the St. Regis, people working and being permission to work when Bermudians weren't allowed to work. And the minister basically, if I'm not mistaken, she had no knowledge or something. I think that was the case. And then this, right? So my question to Bermuda this morning, I'm just going to put it up there. And you can give a yes or no, and you can give an explanation. Is it time for Premier David Burt to resign? That's the question. Very simple. You can give an explanation. You can say yes or no. Because
go ahead. I just wasn't prepared for that.
It's come because at the end of the day, I'm going to go back to Elizabeth's comment because I think this highlights the purpose of this.
Yeah.
Of course, the government knew this was going on. At this point, it just illustrates the foolery the government is based on the premier's tweets alone.
Yeah. And let me just say, I love that word foolery. Like, it really just sums up what this situation is. It's complete foolery. Of course, government knew what was happening. Of course, they knew every single event. Of course, they knew they were going to have a party on the Zara and be all up on each other and be in the water dancing and drinking and whatever. Of course, they knew that was going to happen. So to come out and be like, oh, we're so disappointed and frustrated, like, just stop. Like, please.
This is, as people answer, again, folks, don't be afraid to say yes or no about the premier. It's not going to do anything to you. Well, I hope he won't do anything to you. I can't speak for his behavior. Let's go. Trudy Q. Simmons kills.
Why not just be forthcoming and say it was a marketing event? Officials shouldn't have stated it was something they knew nothing about. Looks bad on Bermuda. Agree, because it was a marketing event, an extensive social media marketing campaign.
Well, I don't think, in fairness, I don't think they said they didn't know anything about it. What they said was that they didn't agree to what looked like a rafter. So I think to clear that up a bit is it would be better if they admitted, yeah, we knew about it. We did, but we didn't agree to what we saw on camera. Like
Or
that,
what we thought we saw.
what we thought we saw. Yes, what we thought we saw. But question of the morning. We'll go through some more comments. Is it time for Premier David Burt to resign? People are upset. I see people tweeting stuff, and it looks like people are tired. Now, I'm not even going to get into the conversation if he were to resign, who would replace him? Because people are like, oh, well, who's going to replace him? That says more about us, about Bermudians, if we're going to elect anybody and we trust them to run the country. So if you feel like Walter Rabin or Kim Wilson or any of these are not good enough, then why do we elect them to represent us?
Yeah, I just feel like it's
go ahead, Gail, sorry.
no, I just feel like it's one thing after another. And back to the conversation yesterday when Tamara Richardson said it seems less about health and safety and more about control. That's just it's really bothering me at this point, because there are people who have complied. We're tired at this point. Like, stop creating the mess and waiting for other people to clean it up, because that's ultimately what is happening here. It's like political nonsense. And I am sick of it. I know everyone else is sick of it. And so at what point do you take accountability or responsibility for creating this? Because that's what it is.
Accountability. That's it right there. Wesley Robinson says, regardless of what was allowed, perception is reality. Bermudians are restricted, and you see images like this makes you realize something's up. I concur. I concur with that. Amanda Kelly says, believe half of what you hear and none of what you see. Too many chefs and none with authority. We need to stop jumping on the bandwagon so fast. We can use whatever we want to spin our agendas. Elizabeth says, yes, the premier should resign. I think Carla Jones is a bit shocked by the question. She's like, oh my. Carlton Fleming says no. Nicole Walker says yes. I'm waiting for someone to challenge him for the premiership. This is interesting right here by Elizabeth Farrell. She says, and he signed his tweets with DB. Well, that means that it's him, right?
Yeah.
Amanda Kelly says no. She doesn't think he should resign. Carla John, no, I don't have the confidence he will be replaced by someone better. Well, again, that's part of the conversation. It's like, why are we electing people that we don't have the confidence that they can run the country? Like, that says more about us as an electorate. Well, not us, because they took me off the registry to vote. So that's not you all. I'm not a resident of Bermuda, so I can't vote. We're not going to go there, though. Janae Pereira Edna says, unpopular opinion, I didn't feel like it was a raft up. And I think if people put their emotions aside, they'd probably think the same, Janae.
I think that's the key. I think people, I'm not sure who said the comment, I think it was Amanda Kelly, about how we're just so quick to see something and run with it. I mean, there's a very popular Bermudian who on Instagram had a field day with unsubstantiated information about this event. And so for me, I feel like the premier should have tweeted something out saying, Revolve is here, doing XYZ, they receive permission from the government for XYZ, we are looking into it, or something along those lines. But to put out a tweet saying what appears to be an illegal raft up, that's just fanning the flames. And it's just the story is just, bubbling over at that point when it could have been handled, it could have been dealt with.
I don't think
so now over a week later, we're still dealing with it.
Yeah, I don't think his tweet helped for sure.
No.
We have to get to the news break, go through a few more comments, and then we'll bring Leanna into the conversation. Pretty sure she's tired of talking about this, but Leslie White, Kales.
Sure. At the end of the day, the premier didn't take office expecting to lead a country through a pandemic. I feel like he isn't surrounded by people who are advising him well. Yes, men are rarely helpful.
Hold on. We're dropping a bomb for that. Actually, that's the comment right there. And that's what I was going to wrap it up with, but Leslie obviously beat me to it. I was going to pretty much say that last part is, and I've said it on this show numerous times, but this still falls on David Burt as premier. Like I've said to David, like, I think he's poorly advised. Whoever is advising you, Burt, it's time to recycle.
Or is it a case of not liking the advice and doing your own thing?
It could be. It
could be that.
But
I don't know.
Something's not right. Something's definitely not right. Lee, let's bring Lee in the conversation. I hate to do this. I hate to do this. Lee, you there?
Good morning. With the brand, I know.
So
it's time for a new backdrop, Lee.
Uh,
Liana,
I failed.
obviously,
I failed. I failed on two fronts this morning. I have to admit. First
well,
off, I didn't get the black memo. I did not get the black memo, and I'm very, very disappointed in both of you. So I just want to put that out there first thing in the morning.
Michaela just guesses what I'm going to be wearing and says I'm going to do it too. But no, Liana, obviously you
guys are on 2 for 2 at this point.
This week, you probably have a detailed news report, a lot going on, but this one just won't seem to go away. And obviously, you spoke last week about what you saw firsthand. Do you think that this, just from your perspective and understanding as a journalist, do you think this is one of those situations that will just fan out, as most things kind of do in Bermuda?
With the times that we're living in right now, it's a hot topic. With everything going on, I feel like it's one of those things that it's just going to be the most talked about thing until we can regain some normalcy, to be completely honest. Until we start seeing the economy open back up, and we start seeing people being allowed to participate or partake in events that others are able to. It's going to continue to be an ongoing topic. Until then, I just feel like it left this dark cloud over the island when this shouldn't be the topic of discussion. Again, and I stated it last week, based upon someone who attended each one of these events, it really is just a breakdown in communication and what was actually taking place last week. And I agree with Michaela, the premier definitely should have came out and just been really open with the situation and said, yeah, these guys are here. This is the reason they are here. So I'm just hoping it fizzles out. I do hope it fizzles out. But at this time, until we start to see some normalcy across the board, it's just going to be one of those things that's going to be heavily talked about.
Indeed. Well, Lee, thank you for that. Cooler heads prevail. I will say this, just to wrap it up. I don't think the Premier David Byrd is going anywhere. I think he will remain as Premier. But my hope is that the Premier, he is still young waters, and I hope that he's learning from all of this. I really do hope he's learning, and I hope he learns to the point where he uses these experiences to make Bermuda a better place. That's my only hope. On that note, Lee, over to you, and please let it be some good news.
Thanks, Jamala, Michaela, and good morning to all of our listeners. I hope everyone is having a great start to their day. I'm Liana Lambert, and it's time for our daily hour. News and ferry schedules are likely to be disrupted as a result of union action this week. The members of the Bermuda Industrial Union are currently working to rule due to a dispute with government over the new decertification rules, which came into effect last week. Yesterday, a spokesperson for the Ministry of Transport said, as a result of the action sought by the union, it is anticipated that the regular bus and ferry schedules will experience some interruptions over the next week while this work to rule and overtime ban is ongoing. Now, the ministry says they will make every effort to keep the public informed. Information on the changes can be found at gov.bm, bus alerts, or marineandports.bm. A bill aimed to prevent what could potentially ruin not just livelihoods, but basic decency is set to come into effect today. The Criminal Code Amendment Non-Consensual Sharing of Intimate Images Act 2021, or better known as the Revenge Porn Bill, will come into operation today, according to an official notice posted on the government website. Attorney General Kathy Lynn Simmons previously said that the bill introduces criminal offenses and penalties relating to the non-consensual sharing of or threat of sharing intimate images and prohibited visual recordings, as well as the offenses of observing or making recordings in breach of a person's privacy. Now, anyone caught violating these serious offenses are subject up to 3 years on summary conviction and up to 5 years on indictment. It is confirmed The island is to get a fresh stock of the Pfizer COVID-19 from Britain. It was revealed last night. The government house said that a batch of 4,680 doses would arrive on June 24th on the British Airways flight. The island's last shipment of the Pfizer vaccine was donated free of charge by the UK and reached their use by date last week. Currently, the island's World Health Organization country status stands at community transmission and is expected to be upgraded to sporadic cases by next Monday. A health ministry spokesperson said that the change would be made if the epidemiological situation continues to meet the criteria, only if the number of cases remain low and any detected cases are either imported or linked to imported or on other unknown cases. An insurance company, Friesenbrook-Meyer, has won the 2021 Corporate Blood Drive competition for the second year in a row. World Blood Donor Day, which was celebrated yesterday, did see a sharp drop in the number of competing companies due to the pandemic. However, those who did participate truly made a difference. The competition, which aims at increasing blood donations on the island, was between 11 companies who collectively raised 235 blood and donations from June last year to June this year. Lancaster Reed took home the second place prize, while Butterfield and Dallas was third. Speaking after the competition, Andy Wright, CEO of Friesenbrook-Meyer, said that the win is a reflection of the commitment of their employees and thanks them for continuing to give despite a challenging year. He said that this is a way for the company to support employees, raise morale, and give back to the community, and hopes more companies will join in the friendly competition for next year. They're ready. Taking a look at today's weather, we have a high near 82 and a low near 77 degrees. There will be sunny periods with a chance of a shower or two. We are caught between a strong ridge to our east and widely disorganized inclement weather to our west through south. Now, while today we will remain in between features, the rest of the week will see a surge of tropical moisture from the south, merging with a front moving in from the west, and this convergence will enhance the unstable weather for the latter half of the week, driving through an active front during Thursday night that bears winds northwest for a time. That's all for our daily hour news break. Let's head back over to Jamel and Michaela in the studio for today's Daily Focus.
Liana, before you go, just got a message to tell you to check your WhatsApp. Something might be breaking to bring into the news. So check that real quickly. It might be something for you to report. But I just got a note to have you check that because it might be some news for you to share on the show.
Yes, well, just before I do go, I have received this report. It is coming from the Bermuda Police Service, which says that the Bermuda Police Service has been sent a video clip of a minor who appears to be engaged in drug activity. Now, they have confirmed that the video clip has been shared several times over social media, and the BPS urges that you should receive, if you receive the video, you do not forward it on, and please delete it from your device. The matter is now under investigation by the BPS Vulnerable Persons Unit, as well as detectives from the Narcotics Division. Now, anyone with information on this incident is asked to call the Vulnerable Persons Unit on 247-1739, 211, or the main police telephone number on 295-0011. Again, this video, the BPS says, highlights a minor. Please do not share it and delete it from your device as soon as possible.
I have not seen it, and I don't think I want to, but yes, folks, please don't share it, delete it if possible. Liana, thank you so much for that, and we will see you tomorrow.
So very welcome. Please give me the memo on what we're wearing tomorrow so we can coordinate.
Bye, Lee.
Talk soon.
Bye, guys.
All righty, that is a very incredibly sad way to end the news.
Yeah.
Cast. Obviously, don't want to be. Wow. We're gonna take a quick break. We'll be right back with Dr. Gina Tucker. This is a fun conversation. Don't go anywhere.
Mom's celebrating her 70th birthday next month. Have you noticed her age is catching up with her?
Yeah,
Plus, she's having a hard time getting up and around like she's used to. I would sure hate to see her fall.
At Medical House Limited, we can help make life situations easier. We have electric beds, motorized scooters, bath stools, walkers, you name it.
Mom's been real good to us. We'll get her birthday and Christmas gifts from Medical House.
Medical House has relocated next to the Dandy Town Field, number 6 Bakery Lane, Pembroke. Telephone 292-3622.
John Barrett & Son, Bermuda's favorite distributor of fine beverages, has brought us a new and refreshing thirst quencher just in time for the approaching warm weather. Hint Water in 7 luscious flavors. Hint Water is slaking the thirst of active people who need pure hydration, low on the glycemic index, and want the kind of taste experience that keeps them coming back to try the next flavor. For those who've been giving water a miss, Hint may win you over. Hint Water. No sugar, no additives, all flavor. Lindo's. Why go anyplace else?
All right, welcome back to the big show. She is Michaela Ian. I'm Jamal Hartman. It's the Daily Hour, brought to you by Medical House One Communications, Lindo's, and our friends over at Channel 82, where you can stream this and plenty of other locally produced shows. Michaela, we have a special guest today. I'm excited about this one. Dr. Gina Tucker is joining us. I'm a fan. And I always highlight these kinds of things because incredible. What I love about entrepreneurship, and we had Lloyd Hoda and Cessa Edwards on last week. What I really love about entrepreneurship is when people are fulfilling a need.
Yes.
When people find something that is needed to help and benefit others. When I see your videos, even though they're probably not for me, right? When I
you don't resonate with Hey Sis?
I'm just saying, I mean, I got into these spaces, but incredibly excited and don't want to take up any more time that Dr. Gina has, but let's welcome her into the show. Welcome to the show, Dr. Tucker.
Good morning. Good morning.
Hi, Dr. Tucker.
Hello. Hi. How are you? And I did get the memo.
Hold on. You have. I guess I have to get something put around my neck. Kales has got a little decoration.
Yeah,
You have
we have one on black. You know my pearls. It seems like you and I get together when it's pearl time, and so I'm excited because 11 beautiful Bermudian ladies have crossed into the illustrious sorority of AKA Alpha Kappa Alpha on Sunday. So ski to them. We welcome them. Beautiful. So I have to represent. I must represent.
Love it.
Absolutely. Well, congratulations to the 11 new 11 members of the AKA sorority. And
Psi Omega chapter.
Well, there you go. So look, talk to us. For those who don't know, let's just speak about your journey to where we are today. How did your journey start? Like you began as an educator, you were in the classroom, you were a principal. Like, speak to us about that first.
Yeah. Well, you know what? I like to start with the fact that I recognize that many people are born to be something that they're passionate about. And for me, I would say I was born to be a teacher, born to be an educator. And no matter what space I'm in, I think I'm always teaching. I'm always helping, supporting, and working to grow someone in the space that they're in. And so I would say I've been a teacher all my life. Even as a little girl, I was telling my daddy what to do. I could see the notes that I was giving him, directing him, and giving him the education or what needs to be done. So it's been a journey of a lifetime. I did go to West Pembroke School and remember being as a student, Janet Nearing, and the type of teacher she was. And I was like, I'm going to be like Janet Nearing. She is the best teacher on the planet. And Mary Wilson. And then I go to Berkeley and there's John Blades and Stanfield Smith, the greats at Berkeley, Robert K. Horton. And so I was like, teaching is it. I'm going to be a teacher. And then I go to college and I'm like, I'm not going to be a teacher. I'm going to be something else. And I ventured onto another space. I did sociology. I really wanted to understand and help people. But after my bachelor's, I said, you know what? I think it's teaching that I really want to do, and went to Teachers College in New York. The absolute best teaching education program, Teachers College at Columbia University. And there I met Professor Lynn Goodman, and she was my favorite. I said, I'm going to be exactly like her. Upon arriving and becoming a teacher at West Pembroke School, I taught there for 8 years. We had about 27 teachers students in our classes. We were pushing at West Pembroke. And so there I was working with the best. I consider that staff to be the best. Cheryl Griffin, Sandra Smith, Dalton L. Miners, Oprah Wilson, DeWanna Swan, the crew of us, Alicia Swan. We were an awesome team of teachers. And what I recognized from that time was that we worked together. We supported each other. We actually coached each other every day. We were giving each other that kind of critical, constructive advice and encouragement about how to be a better teacher. And so that kind of set the groundwork as a teacher. I went back to school. I said, I think I want to lead teachers. I want to be someone who's really helping to create a school and that teachers are able to deliver to their students. And so I went back to Teachers College, got the doctorate, as many know, did another master's in administration, came back and landed on curriculum in the Department of Education before becoming a principal. Dr. Christopher said, you know what, we're going to put you out there. And so Victor Scott School. Now, I'll be very, very, very clear here, very honest, that at Victor Scott, after that first year was very challenging because we were working to settle the school down. But after that first year, I remember Stanfield Smith saying, wait till Dr. Tucker gets her hands on that curriculum, on that instruction. I spent 90% of my time, and I committed to doing this because I knew the leverage that it would bring. I committed to ensuring that teachers could deliver the curriculum in the classroom, no matter the students that they had. And so 90% of my time was spent coaching my teachers. I coached them. We had our session on Monday mornings, and then I coached them from Monday to Friday afternoons when we stopped to dance and have fun on Friday afternoons. And so we called it Fun Friday or something. But it's I knew that the coaching space was a very important space for the teachers in order for them to be successful. So that kind of brought me to last year, shelter in place, when I had to stop and think and say, now, Dr. Tucker, what are you going to do? What are you going to do to help the reform of our education system? Wow. Yeah, it's been a journey.
It's a journey. It's a journey.
That is quite a journey. So can you tell us how your background actually helped you transition into coaching other teachers? And I ask because I do business coaching myself. Yes. So I'm interested in how you took being a teacher and turned that into coaching other teachers.
Right. So as I mentioned, when we went into shelter in place, and first let me say that we all recognize my journey with respect to the department. I feel that I was born to do this work for my country. I wanted to, be the commissioner, but that didn't work out. And so, as they say, one door closes, another one opens. I was put into the FinTech education, director of FinTech education, where I spent a lot of time with the young man you were talking about just now, the Honorable Premier, who, speaks very, very highly and aggressively or forcefully about the opportunities that FinTech will bring to Bermuda and to her people. And so I reckon that it was that time in there where I was like, I think someone's talking to me here, And so when we came to shelter in place and I had the chance to just stop, because remember, we stopped, and I sat in this space for about a week or two, and I was just, Tucker, what are you going to do? And I knew I wanted it to be technology related. I was hoping it would be education related because I knew that my passion would drive me and keep me going. And then I was hoping, I wanted it to be a job creator. or a job maker. So those were the three spaces. Now, as I said, and I kept thinking and thinking, I knew that I loved to coach teachers. So not only did I do it as a principal, but in my work at the department, I was going around the system, working with teachers in their classrooms and even principals, really coaching around this instruction space, the curriculum. What I feel is the heart of any system, and it's what will determine the success of a system. And so I landed there. I was like, And then I thought, oh, wow, it would be nice if teachers can have access to a coach like me, someone who can actually help them when they need it, anywhere, anytime. And so it started to evolve. And then I landed on the, I know what it is. The job maker space brings all these coaches together to help teachers. So it's a network of people who are like me, who like to enjoy and love coaching teachers, helping teachers in the classroom, who have an expertise and skill set. They come together, and then teachers have access to this global, if you will, network of coaches. So that's how I kind of moved into this space of it's coaching, but it's not just me coaching teachers, it's people like me, people out there. And Michaela, I'm going to be very honest with you. I coached every teacher, even the master teachers, need some coaching sometimes on something, right? So coaching is very specific to the person. I know you know that as a coach. If coaching is about the person, the coachee, the person for coaching, and every person, every teacher, educator, no matter how masterful you are, even I need coaching on something.
Right.
And so the idea was that co-teachers would have access to this awesome group of people. And let me say here right now, we have some awesome teachers in classrooms right now who are, and I'm speaking public, private, across the island, even across the country, who are not necessarily in specific coaching roles, but they're coaching every day.
I want to just jump in real quickly, if you don't mind, Kales.
Sure.
There was, you said something, and I think it was Hall of Fame NFL coach Tony Dungy. He said years ago, as a coach, I cannot treat everyone equally.
That's right.
But I can treat everyone fairly. And when you said just now, coaching is like individual.
That's right.
It's so true. And I think that's where, we get it wrong sometimes.
Right.
You can't coach Michaela the same way you're going to coach Jamel. Like we have different experiences, different skill sets. So thank you for saying that.
No, it's great. And what we have, so what's awesome about this app, this website, this platform, is that people are able to. So I like the personal trainer for teachers, because people are able to access and have someone who can coach them on what they need, not what someone else has determined they need. So if typically our school systems, not just in Bermuda, but school systems are delivering or offering professional development on what they think teachers need. Right? And so you have teachers sitting in professional development saying, well, I don't need this. Maybe she does, but I don't. Right. And so we have a lot, and the stats would say hundreds of millions that are spent yearly on professional development for teachers. But there's really very little teacher performance improvement or increase in student learning. It's not translating what we're doing right. And I knew that as a principal, I knew it as a teacher, but as a principal, I knew if I didn't get in there with my teachers on a daily basis, if I didn't coach them every single day, and they knew if I was in that school, I would be there in their rooms. If I didn't do that, we would not have had the leverage or the improvement in our students that we had.
Right.
It's the coaching that makes the difference in teacher performance.
Right.
Traditional PD. So here we are. It's the opportunity of a lifetime for schools, even, and school. It's a game changer. Every time I think about it, Michaela, the hair stands up on my neck, because I'm like, if I was a principal right now, oh my gosh!
So can you
right now?
Just to can you tell us exactly how EduCoach works? Are you serving just local teachers, or are you serving people around the world? What is that? How does that work?
Exactly. So it's an e-coaching platform that connects teachers to a global network of coaches. And so that is teachers globally around the world and coaches globally around the world. So the platform enables teachers to see and work with coaches who maybe live in another part of the world, on the other side of the world. Bermuda teachers can coach people in other places. And so it's accessible to everyone. My hope is that Bermuda, because I am proud and happy to say this is a Bermuda business. Somebody said this what business? This is a Bermuda business, born and bred in Bermuda. And so my hope is that the Bermudians really come on and show what Bermuda is about with respect to education. We have people who can be coaches, and then we have teachers who can access the coaches. And so that's really what it is, the connection, bringing the platform. You're having the platform that enables the coaches or the teachers to access the coaches.
Okay.
And so that's what we do. We make it possible.
I love that. So if there's a teacher in Bermuda and they really want to work with you and be coached by you, what do they do? How do they get you?
So they would go on to, we're still in the early stages. I said to Jamal, listen, we're just coming out of the docs. We're getting people to sign up to be coaches, but they would go on to educoach.online and they would find a coach, book a coach. They would search for what they want, so what their needs. So what I like about the app, about EduCoach, is that I do liken it to Uber. It's designed to take you or give you what you need. Uber takes you where you want to go. And so you say, listen, I just need classroom management right now. And so anyone who put in that they coach classroom management, which is something I would have put in, then they would come up as a coach. You would review their profile and select someone that you feel suits you. And so a very easy, quick, accessible and affordable way of getting the help you need when you need it. So very much I call it the Uber experience. It is, I buy my coaching session, I get the coach I need, they give me what I need. If I need more, I buy more sessions. And so it's very much a buy on demand type of space, which I tend to like. We thought about subscriptions. You have the various models, but it's really, I need this right now. Let me get the help. I like this coach. Hey, I'm gonna work with this coach some more. So I buy more sessions and get the help I need on maybe other things. So what I like is people can have the help they need when they need it on what they need.
Yeah. No, I really like that. Can you tell us what your experience has been like being in the online space? Because I know when people start online business, there are a little teething problems. It's, it's a more virtual platform, and having started my business online, I totally get it. So how does that feel for you to transition from, teaching in the classroom, teaching at, workshops and things to online?
So it's been definitely a journey transitioning, and it took me some time getting used to this space. What in the app itself evolving, because I have been the key person, really the only person working with the developers in the development of the app. And so I've been, I want to say this experience from the ground up. People will jump on and they'll see it today, but it came from nothing, right? It came from just an idea, and been about 7 months of creating that. What I realized in doing the app, creating the app itself, is that we have been living in this world, this platform world, this Zoom, this world for a year. And so even if we had not had this time, this pandemic time, this might have been a very difficult transition for teachers, even. But teachers have been living on the platform. They've been teaching students on platforms. They've been doing all sorts of things on the platform. So it's only now natural that they will be able to get the help they need. I've become pretty cool with it. I lived on the platform. Skyport, it was a very rough May for me and my committee. We lived in this space doing what we needed to do. So it's been a journey, but I'm getting more and more comfortable with it. And I think everyone out there is now comfortable with it. So I think it will be a really good way to get to the teachers, what we need them to have. The fact that right now there are 7 coaches per million in the world, meaning about 56,000 coaches are trying to coach 80 million teachers. There's 80 million in the world. And so there is a problem. And that's what when Jamal said, a need. Oh, yes, it is a need. And then I went to look and see if it was anything out there. I'm like, clearly the world doesn't care about teachers the way I do.
Dr. Tucker, we're running out of time, and I want to get to some questions from the audience. Just asking, is she working with DOE? I think that's Department of Education, delivering her program, or do teachers/educators reach out to her?
So again, the website is open for everyone to jump on. We are at this point looking to get as many coaches as we can on board, so they would need to be onboarded. The DOE is definitely a space that I would love to work with. I believe the DOE should be the one that sets the standard for this whole space. And so we will begin our conversations with them and how they can use it. So to answer that question, 2 ways. A teacher can access coaches on their own as a teacher, and the schools can purchase sessions as a school. And so they can do that as a school, and the department can purchase sessions for their system and issue them out to the system. And so three levels there. Individual teacher, schools, and the department.
Another one, Karen Edwards Simmons with the Bermuda Educators Council. Will the Bermuda Educators Council recognize this type of platform for teachers' professional development hours?
My answer, that question is frequent. So I put it on the frequently asked questions, because I believe personally that if we are going to accept that teachers can go to a webinar online or do any other type of training online, then this should be far exceed the qualification or meet the criteria of credit hours, if you will. So we will be working with them. Again, we offer the platform. Our hope is that people would recognize that the coaches who are on here, like myself, you could pay a whole lot of money to have me come and coach, but instead you can get me for this very affordable price on the platform. So the hope is that all of the credit spaces will receive this and expect and have that these sessions will be worthy of their credit time.
All right, final question. Tyra Simmons is asking, is it accessible for preschool?
Oh, definitely. Preschool. Hey, listen, you know what, Jamal? Having this conversation and talking to people, they're like, parents will need this. Parents are home trying to teach their children. I'm like, oh, wow, parents? Yes, parents will need it. Preschool all the way up to university. Anyone who is teaching anyone, right? This is for you, anyone, because you will go on and you will say what you need, and the people who are on that can deliver will give you what you need. So everyone who's teaching anyone is able to access.
Dr. Tucker, before you go, just let the audience know how they can get in touch with you. Again, I'm no BS, folks. Obviously, I'm a fan of Dr. Tucker. He's been a supporter for years, but bias aside, I really do think this is a brilliant idea in terms of, I said, this is pretty much how the Daily Hour was born, right?
Exactly.
Pandemic came, comedians needed a lift up to have early morning conversations. And I felt we were fulfilling a need. I think just from the comments, from the amount of educators this morning, it's a need. So how can people get in touch with you so that they can be a part of it, benefit, learn from it, grow from it?
Exactly. So we are sending out a lending platform right now, and it's going through Bermuda and hopefully around the world. My professor, she's in Hong Kong, so she has it, and she will push it over there. And our American friends, you will hopefully come across that. You will see it. If not, you can reach me at support@educoach.online. support@educoach.online. We can get it out to you. And of course, you can go on the website. It's still under development. We're still doing a little bit, tightening it up, but it's there at educoach.online, www.educoach.online. So we're getting ready. We're ready to take this world by storm. The support that they need, because teachers matter too.
Absolutely.
Teachers, and someone asked them, I thought someone said about the department, listen, I know that the department is doing a reform initiative and the learning first and so forth. I really wanted to think about how I can contribute. And I honestly believe this is a contribution that I could make that would be very costly for the department, to bring coaches to every single teacher on the island, to enable them to have access to that kind of support. I'm hoping the department sees this as, the contribution I would like to make.
I'm pretty sure not just the department, but Bermudians who, and when I say to people to share these conversations, this is one that I really do hope even the educators watching, you share this, whether it's the YouTube link or Facebook link, share this, because to me, this is not just a business. This is, a community service. It's a service to the community from what I get. But we have to run. Dr. Tucker, you're always welcome. We definitely want to have you back.
I love you guys. You know that. I love the work you're doing.
Thank you.
Stay on it.
Thank you, Dr. Tucker.
Thanks, Michaela. Nice to
meet you.
Bye.
Okay. Bye-bye.
I love it. And be honest, Kales, you were one of the first people I came across, especially from a Bermuda perspective, that got coaching online. So I admire, I didn't understand it at first. I'm gonna be honest with you.
Yeah. The thing is, it's not only that it's a great industry, it's just, I believe everybody needs a coach. If you're looking to level up in your life, whether you're a teacher and you want to be a better teacher, or if you're like my clients, for instance, and you want to monetize your online business because you're not making enough money, you want to book clients, or you want to start an online business, you got to hire a coach, because when you hire a coach, you get to where you want to go much faster than if you try to do it yourself.
I always say, folks, honestly, in life, no matter how great you think you are, a mentor/coach. Need. Gonna take a quick break. We'll be right back. We're gonna stump Kales today. If you enjoyed that conversation with Dr. G, please give us a thumbs up, a love, a like, wherever you're watching. Show some love for Dr. Tucker. We'll be right back.
Tune in to the Full 100 Radio every Tuesday through Sunday at 7 p.m. Bermuda time as we bring you the love, romance, sexiness with nighttime jams. Only on your station for conversations and entertainment. The Full 100 Radio. Download the app, available for Android and Apple devices.
All right, welcome back to the big show. Thanks again to Dr. Gina Tucker for that conversation. Like I said, folks, if you enjoyed that, make sure you give us a thumbs up, a love, a like, and make sure you go check the website out. Is it educoach.online, right, Kayla?
Yes, that's what she said, educoach.online.
All right. It's the Daily Playtime. Daily Play brought to you by Heineken Zero. Don't forget, great taste, no alcohol, folks. I love me a Heineken Zero. I'm going to have me one right after this show. Here is the question of the day for Michaela. Here's your Daily Play. The USA and Bermuda established the first commercial pre-clearance agreement whereby passengers leaving Bermuda by air for the USA could be pre-cleared in Bermuda by U.S. Immigration and Customs authorities in what year?
I don't know why you think I know this. Let me call Cletus. He's the head of.
He's calling me friend.
Call Cletus real quick.
If someone in the audience gets it before you, then we will actually give them a mug. So, folks.
1995.
Nope.
92.
Nope. You are close with 1970, Karen Edwards Simmons.
75. 75.
Nope.
Oh my God, 72.
It's not 68. Nope. It's not 72.
71?
Nope. Let me read it one more time. The USA and Bermuda established the first commercial pre-clearance agreement whereby passengers leaving Bermuda by air for the USA could be pre-cleared in Bermuda by U.S. Immigration and Customs authorities in what year? Wow, people are not getting it. We're getting all the wrong answers.
I don't know.
All right. So no one's got it. I'm going to give you the answer. The person that came closest to the answer was Nicole Walker. In 1973, it was actually 1974.
Okay.
Well,
before I was born, so yeah.
Yeah, me too. We're not there yet. But in 1974, the USA and Bermuda established the first commercial pre-clearance agreement whereby passengers leaving Bermuda by air for the USA could be pre-cleared in Bermuda by U.S. Immigration and Customs authorities. One of the most beneficial things ever.
Oh, that is a privilege that we take for granted. My goodness. I'm sure there's many Bermudians who travel to the Caribbean. You come back via Miami and you have to stand in that line if you don't have Fast Pass. Terrible.
Michaela, let me tell you how right you are. Living in South Florida, obviously, traveled through Miami a lot, especially from the Caribbean and South America. I refuse to get that fast thing where pushes you through. Living here, I finally got it because, folks, when Michaela says it's something we take for granted, if you've never traveled through Miami, folks, it is bad. But
yes,
yeah, it's bad. Bermuda, we are privileged. Kales, you got some daily inspiration so we can let everyone go about
I sure do. Of course, now my phone times out. All right. For every reason it's not possible, there are hundreds of people who have faced the same circumstances and succeeded.
I love that one.
Because we can do any and everything we want to do. We just got to decide and take action. That's it.
Absolutely. Dr. Gina Tucker is doing it. Michaela Ian is doing it. Don't forget, check both of them out on social media. Folks, we appreciate. Thank you so much to Dr. Gina Tucker for trusting our platform to have this conversation. Thanks again to our partners, Medical House One Communications and Linders, for ensuring that we're able to do this with you on a daily basis. If you haven't already, please be sure to like and follow us on Instagram and Twitter. Don't forget to also subscribe to our YouTube channel. Kales, before I say our goodbyes to folks, any final thoughts on today's episode?
Just a shout out to my mom, Dr. Kendra Lee Pearman, and my Nana, Yvonne Pearman, who both watch this every day.
You know what? On that note, I'm going to give a shout out to all of my parents, my mom, my daddy, stepmom, and my sisters, but also I left a voicemail message on my dad's phone last night because I didn't realize, I never got the voicemail, and he had, and Bella too. So that's the dog. So shout out to Bella too, because I know that she watches as well, the dog. And no, we are not getting a dog, my wife and I. On that note, as always, we appreciate you, we love you, and we thank you for making us part of your daily routine. If all goes well, we'll be back to do this again with you tomorrow. She's Michaela Ian. I'm Jamal Hartman. My friends, make it a great day. And I haven't given him a cheers today. Cheers.
Deuces.